Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So in today's video we are going to discuss about the engineering curves. Engineering curves are very important from the exam point of view because it carries 6 marks. So if you are able to draw the curves perfectly, we'll able to get 6 marks in the exam, and 6 marks are very important considering the passing and considering the scoring also. Some of the students get confused or they think the drawing curves are very difficult, but it is not the case. If you know this process, you can easily draw it, and if you follow my steps, you are definitely going to enjoy drawing the curves. The question is that a wheel of 56 mm diameter rolls downwards on the vertical wall for a half revolution. Mention few important lines. Always keep a practice of underlying important words in your question paper. A wheel of 56 mm diameter. So dimensions are given, rolls downwards on a vertical wall. So it is a vertical wall, it is not a horizontal, for a half revolution. And then on the horizontal floor for the half revolution. Draw the locus of a point P on the circumference of the wheel, the initial position of which the contact point with the wall. Initial point position is also given, it is on the contact point. So for the first half, the wheel rolls on this vertical wall and then it rolls on the horizontal wall like this. So this is the point P. So knowing the point P is very important. It may be here, it may be here, or it may be somewhere here. So as per that point, we will get the nature of the curve. It is not always the curve is like this. So it will depend on the location of the initial position. Getting? So that's why somewhere student get confused. So if you know this basic information, we can draw the required curve. So based on this information, we can call it as cycloid curve. Cycloid is the first curve in this topic. That's why we are discussing here the cycloid curve. So the question is mentioned here. Then first we'll draw the vertical line and then we'll draw one circle. Okay, always keep a practice of knowing what is diameter, what is radius. Few of you may make mistake of considering 56 mm as a radius. Don't do this mistake. Most of the student in stress, in the fear of exam, they consider this as a radius, but this is the diameter. So 28 mm is the radius of this circle. You should know that. So draw the circle of 28 mm radius or 56 mm diameter. Mention 56 mm diameter there. Now the point P is given. It is between the contact point with the wall of this circle. So it is located here. So mention the point P there. So this is the initial information of this circle. Now divide this circle into 12 parts. If you divide it into 12 parts, it will get very smooth and continuous curve. So for that, the total degree for one revolution of the circle is equal to 360. And we divide it into 12 parts. 360 divided by 12 will be 30 degree each. So at an angle of 30 degree, you can draw every line to divide this circle into 12 parts. For that, first we'll draw the horizontal line, then we'll draw the vertical line. So it divides the circle into 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then take an angle 30 degree from here and divide. This is the center C. Take an angle 30 degree from here and divide this into first part. Then again take an angle 30 degree from here and divide it into multiple parts. Then this is also 30 degree. Then take 30 degree from this vertical line and we'll get one more division, and then again 30 degree from this side. So we'll divide it into 12 parts total. We will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Total 12 parts are there, right? So if you want to divide into 8 parts, so the angle will be 45 degrees. So just remember this information. This is very important or crucial during this problem. So first draw the circle, then divide it into 12 parts. Now give the naming. So for that, first understand the rotation of the circle. Circle will rotate in this direction, that is clockwise direction, in the downward way. Okay. That's why when the direction is clockwise, we can give the naming in a clockwise direction. So after point P, the next point will be this point, point number 1. Okay, this is the direction of rotation. So this is point number 1. Next, point number 2, point number 3, point number 4, point 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then point number P. So in this way, we should go in the clockwise rotation. That will definitely help you. From my experience, I will tell you, always give the notation in the clockwise. If the circle is like this and it is rotating in this direction, give the, if this is the point P, the next point will be this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. So as per that, you give anti-clockwise rotation. Clear? I hope all the points are clear up to this point. Then we'll find out the perimeter of the circle. Perimeter of the circle is equal to pi into diameter of the circle, or there is one more formula, 2 pi r, both are same. So 2 pi r, it r represent the radius. Now the diameter is given. To avoid confusion, we'll use this formula, pi into d. So pi into 56, the total distance is, or perimeter is 175.93 mm. On the vertical wall, it traveled a half revolution, right? Half revolution. It means that the total perimeter of the circle divided by 2. The half of the revolution means it is half of the perimeter. So it is 175.93 divided by 2. So it is equal to 87.965. So it is almost equal to 88 mm. Now from this point P, measure a distance of 87.965. Okay, and draw one line. As we have divided this circle into 12 parts, we should divide this line into 12 parts. Is it right? No, because the circle will travel only half revolution. So this 12 should be divided by half, means 2. So it should be equal to 6. So divide this line into 6 parts. Getting? If it is a complete revolution, then only we divided this line into 12 parts. If it is a half revolution, we divide this line into 6 parts only. Getting? So these are the very small point, but you should remember all those points. Okay. So to divide this line into 12 parts or 6 parts, it is very difficult to divide 88 into 6 parts. So we'll use line dividing method. So for that, we draw one line from the point P at some angle. So you can consider this angle is equal to 25 to 30 degree. It is as per your choice, or sometimes it is not required to measure also. You can draw one line at some 25 to 30 degree angle approximately. Now the length of this line should be such that it should be divided by 6. For example, you can take 6 centimeter. So we can divide it into 6 parts, 1 centimeter each. Or you can take it as 12 centimeter divided by 6. So it is 2 centimeter per part. Or even the space is not available, you can divide it for the 3 centimeter divided by 6. So it is around 0.5 centimeter each part. So it is your choice. So as per my preference, you can draw a line of 6 centimeter and divide it into 1 centimeter each. Get it? So draw this line at an angle of 25 to 30 degree, and the length of this line should be equal to 6 centimeter. Then next point is dividing this line into equal parts of 1 centimeter each. So you should divide it into 6 parts. Okay, so we have divided into 6 parts. Now connect this point, last point of this line, to the last point of this vertical line. So connect it with the help of point line. So this is your first line. Then draw a line passing through this point and parallel to this line. The line should be parallel to this line. Clear? Now again, keeping the same arrangement, draw a line parallel to this line passing through this point. So this is the next line. Again draw a parallel line passing through this point. Draw one more line passing through this line, and draw a last line passing through this point. So in this way, we have projected all the points from this line onto the vertical line. Remember, this is just a representation. This is not the exact measurement. So sometimes you will find that some parts are not equal. But in practical, when you draw it on the with the help of drawing instrument, you will get the exact result. Okay, I hope you understand. If you have any doubt, you can write it in the comment box. Okay, we can make a separate video on division of line. Now we'll give the naming to this point. So this is point P1, this is point P2, this is P3, this is P4, this is P5, and this is P6. Now draw one line passing through this center line. So we'll draw one line passing through this point C. It is a vertical point. Now project all the points on this center line. So from P1 draw one line parallel to this line. So it is a vertical horizontal line. From P2, P3, P4, P5 and P6. So project all these points on the center line. So this is point C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 and C6. We'll just take a recap of what we have done till now. So first draw the circle. Now divide this circle into equal parts, 12 parts, okay, specifically. So every angle present here is equal to 30 degree. Then draw a vertical line passing through this point P equal to half of the revolution, that is half of the perimeter, 88 mm. Now divide this line into 6 parts and then project these 6 parts in the on the center line. So we got this C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6. Now take a compass and measure equal to radius of the circle. Radius is equal to 28 mm. So take 28 mm distance in your compass and keep this distance constant. Now don't change the distance. Now this is the point C1. So keep the metal end of your compass on the point C1, right? And draw one line from point 1 and it also passes through point 11. So this line is parallel to this vertical line. Now keep the metal end of the compass on point C1 and mark one point on this line. So this point is called as a point P1. So this is point P1. Getting? Then go to point number 2. Draw a line, vertical line passing through point 2 and 10 and keep the center as C2 and then mark one point on this line. This distance is equal to the radius of the circle, that is 28 mm. We're not going to change the distance in the compass. We'll keep the same distance. This will give you point number P2. Now go to the center C3. Now we'll draw a arc on the line 3. Draw an arc at a distance of 28 mm from this point and mark this as point P3. Now go to the center C4. For C4, we required a line from point number 4. So draw first line passing through point number 4. It will also pass through point number 8 and use the compass 28 mm distance and mark one arc from this C4 on this line. So this represents point P4. Then consider center C5. Draw a line passing through point number 5. Mark one arc at a distance of 28 mm from the C5. So this is point P5. Now go to the point C6. For C6, we require a line passing through point number 6. So draw a line passing through point number 6. Now from C6, take a radius in your compass and mark one arc. So it will be directly above this point C6. So this is known as point P6. So in this way, we got the point P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6. For that, we will measure a distance in the compass equal to the radius of the circle, that is 28 mm. After that, we'll consider center 1. For center 1, we'll consider the line 1. For center 2, we'll consider the line 2. For center 3, we'll consider the line 3. For center 4, we'll consider the line 4. For center 5, we'll consider the point 5, line 5. And for the center 6, we'll consider the line 6. And keeping the radius as a distance, we mark the arc on respective lines. So in that we get the point P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6. So this is the simplest way to draw the cycloid. So after this is the ending circle or end position of this circle. We'll use a French curve to connect the points present on this curve. Okay. So for that you can connect maximum number of point at a time. So if you connect maximum number of point, you will get the exact curve, required curve, right? So if you connect only 2 points at a time, you will not able to get the required curve. So use the French curve and connect maximum points at a time to get the smooth and proper curve for your drawing, because the representation is very important. So based on the representation smoothness of the curve, you will get the good marks in this paper. So half part of this question is over. We have drawn the cycloid curve for the half rotation of the circle on the vertical wall. Now we'll continue for the horizontal floor. This circle will roll on this horizontal floor in this direction. So direction is again clockwise. So now we'll represent the remaining points on the circle: 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can also represent 1, 2, 3, 4, but that will make it complicated. Then this is the base point. From this base point we'll draw a line. Now this is not any normal line. This line has a length equal to the half of the perimeter, because for the half of the revolution this circle will roll in the horizontal direction. That's why half of the perimeter, that is 87.965, will be considered the length of this line. Now again divide this line into 6 equal parts, because for the half of the revolution it will complete the 6 parts of the circle. That's why divide this line into 6 equal parts. Use the same method, or you can take a measurement of this length and you can mark it with the help of compass. It is up to you. I will not show this method one more time. Draw the vertical lines from these equal parts and project all the points in the upward direction. Now this point is point C7. This point is C8. This point is C9, C10, C11, and the final point, point C. First, we have drawn this line at a distance of 87.965, divided into 6 equal parts, and project the points on the center line. This was the method. Now we'll consider, okay, and the distance 87.965 is taken from point number 9 till the end. Okay, that is very important. Now consider point C7. After point C6, we'll consider point C7. Use the compass, and for C7 we'll draw a line passing through point number 7. So these center points and the respective points are interconnected. From the C7 we'll draw a curve on this 7 number line. Now the length in the compass is equal to the radius of the circle, that is 28 mm. So from the C7 mark a point at a distance of 28 mm on this 7th point. So this is point number P7. Then go to the next center, that is C8. From the C8 we required a line passing through point number 8. So draw the line passing through point number 8. So mark an arc at a distance of 28 mm on this 8 line. So this is your point P8 on this line. Then consider the point C9. So the line is already present from the point 9. So mark one point from this line, and it will represent point number P9. So we have got new point P7, P8, P9. Use the French curve and connect these 3 points with the help of smooth curves, and we'll get the next part of the curve. To get the next point, consider C10 as a center. Now draw a line passing through point number 10, already drawn. Take the radius in the compass and mark one point, called it as P10. Go to the next point, C11. Draw the line passing through the point 11. Then mark an arc at a distance of 28 mm from C11. So this is point P11. Then the last point, that is point C. So mark an arc passing through this point center, center line. So we'll get the next point equal to P12. So it should exactly match this point. So in this way we have got point P10, P11, P12 by following the same method. It is not complicated. It is a stepwise process. Now connect these points with the help of French curve with smooth curve. So this will complete your cycloid. Okay. So cycloid will always not look like this. So it will change as per the position of this point and as per the rotation of the circle. So knowing that is very important. Don't always draw the curve like this. So as per the given condition, you have to assume the required shape of this curve. Okay. So this will complete the drawing of the curve. So we can draw the circle at the end. It is not compulsory, but for your understanding, I have drawn this circle. Now, the naming of the curve is very important at last case. So, as we know, this is the cycloid curve, and this is how we can draw it. When we come to this stage, it looks very complicated, but it is not complicated because we have to follow some rules. First, we have to identify the initial point P, then divide the circle into 12 parts, then draw the line, baseline equal to the perimeter of the circle, then divide this perimeter into 12 parts, then project these base points on the center line and mark this as C1, C2, C3, C4. Then for C1 we'll draw a line passing through point 1. For C2 we'll draw the point, we'll mark the point on the line 2. And for every case we'll take the distance equal to the radius of the circle in the compass, and as per that you have to mark. Sometimes you get confused between C1, you can probably mark two position on this line. So just imagine the rotation of the circle, and as per that you have to imagine the position of the point. If you master this curve, you will definitely score 6 marks. So passing marks are 24. If you get 6 marks, so it will make your passing very easy. That's why these curves are very important. When the nature of the paper is difficult, for that case you can go for the cycloid curve. You can score 6 marks very easily in this exam. Okay, it took me around 2 days to prepare this PPT, so I request all of you to like, share and subscribe to our channel, because that will going to help me or motivate me to create such a videos for you. If you have any suggestion, you can write it in the comment box. Thank you very much for watching this video.